Module 1, Part 3, Employee Subform and Searching. Another free lesson to help you become a better coder. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your continued support helps make these videos possible. And as always, I thank you all for watching this video. In this video, we're going to be adding a list of employees as a subform so that we can find and search for a specific employee. We'll also add a function to read a textbox keystroke. This is useful for searching. Let's see how I accomplish this. Alright, let's go to our folder. Access projects. We are going to go into the project management. Let's make a copy of part 2, copy, paste, and then rename part 2 to 3. Get rid of that copy. Alright, let's open that up. So in this video, well, in the last one, we did the CRUD for employee. You can see that from there. This is what we did. So we massaged the code behind for the employee form, and so we did a lot, and all is working. Well, I hope all is working. Let's add 3 more since we don't have anybody in here. We're going to add 3 more, and then what we are going to do in this video, we're going to build a list right here, employee list, similar to what we did with the CMS. And then we'll be able to search, click on the employee, and populate in here. All right, let's go ahead and add Jack. All right. How about Jack? Add email. There, and then save. Let's see. Oh, I noticed when I hit enter, it tap. What if we do the tap, and then it jumps to the save button? I like that. Let's do that. That way we just hit enter, and then it jumps over here. We also hit enter. I'll show you how that works. Let me show you how that works. So you notice, let's see, look at the index on this guy. Index on that guy is 0 there, right? But it's going to jump right there. So we're gonna make this guy, let's see, that should be 1, 2 there, 3 there, right? So we're gonna make that guy 0, we're gonna make that guy a 1, we're gonna make that guy a 2. You see how that works? We're gonna make that guy a 3. We're gonna make that email a 4. 4. And this guy will be 5. If I click on this guy, edit, it's gonna be 5. Watch. Look at that. And then it's gonna jump right over, right? So we're gonna swap this guy and this guy, make that a 5. So now the edit is 6. See there? So it reassigned for us. That's good. Let's see if that works. Try that again. All right. So we got 1 there. I just added. Good. Let's add 2 more. How about see there? We'll click there, and it jumps right there. You notice? We're gonna add John. hit enter. Del enter. How about John at email dot. If we hit enter here, it's going to jump to here. All right, hopefully. See there, and then hit enter. Look at that, and it's saved. So if you hit enter, and it jumps over here, you hit enter again, it's gonna add. All right. Now let's do that again. Let's add Jane though. All right, I'm gonna put my cursor there, cursor here, and move it away. All right. So now I'm on the first. Watch, I'm gonna hit enter without having to use a mouse. I'm gonna add Jane. See there? Though, hit enter. Jane at email.com. Look, I'm gonna hit enter. It's gonna jump to look at this right here. It's going. You can see a slightly aligned. All right. Hit enter. See, it jumps over there. Look at that. Hit enter. Good. All right. So we got 3. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now. All right. Maybe in the future, we can get some. As a matter of fact, we can get some more employees here. You know what? We can. I think we can. Yeah, let me do that. Let's open up the SQL management. We can get some more in there. That way we have a long list. Then we can basically, well, while that thing is starting, we can continue working with our subform. We'll go ahead and go in there. So I'm gonna minimize that for now. Let's go back in here. I'm gonna close this form right here. Let's work on the. We're gonna need in order to do the employee list, we are going to need a query. All right, so that we can search. All right, so let's go to the query. Oops, wrong one. Design. All right, let's add employee. How about the title? All right, so I am going to I guess I'm gonna do that. How about address? I'm not interested in this title ID, but I'm interested in this title name. All right. I'm gonna move this guy way there behind that. That looks appropriate. I also want to concatenate this first name and last name. Call it employee name. This way we don't have to format it on the front end. We can just say employee name, and then we get first name and last name together. All right. So last name, like so. All right. And the last thing that we want to add a search text. All right. And we're going to do a search as well. All right, so let's call it search text. We are going to be able to, we want to be able to search by, sorry about that. We want to be able to search by first name. We want to be able to search by last name. How about email, address? Yeah, forgot about that. Title, name. I think that looks good. All right, so let's save that. Call it QRY employee. Make sure you spell correctly. I am very good at misspell. So let's run this and see. Look at that. That's what we want. That's perfect right there. All right. That's perfect right there. So now we are able to search by anything on here. All right. So let's close that out. Sure, why not? All right, now let's create the subform. Go to the create and form design. We're gonna add a header. Form header. Do we? Yeah, let's add form header. You see how this detail background is a little light than this one? Let's click on this little bar right here. Click on that. We are going to get rid of this alternate back color. That doesn't look right. Yeah, no color. And then we're gonna copy this background one, copy. Click on the form header, and then we're gonna change that to background one. Now we got the same thing. All right. I want to shorten that up, and we want to get rid of this bottom one. So the record set will be based on what we just created. Query employee list. All right. And then what we want is I'm going to manually doing this. Another way to do is you come over here, see here, add existing fields. So we just click on that. What we want is the employee name right here. We also want email. That's it. All right. I'm going to copy this label, Control C, and then delete, and click on that and delete. You got that one in place. I'm going to put right on top here. We want this guy to be maybe wide. All right, I think that's wide enough. And let's give this guy a name. We're gonna call this number of employee. You know what? Number of record. The reason why we're gonna reuse this form. You know, once it's done, you just make a copy of it. All right. Oh, we forgot one more. We forgot one more field. Let's make a copy of that and paste in there. All right. Let's see. Let's make this guy a. Let's make that guy a ID, employee ID. And this guy contact name, and this guy email address. That's good. All right, so let's rename this guy. I'm gonna do like this, copy that, paste there. Make this guy, actually before I do that, right click on it, position, send to back. We want to hide that guy. All right. While that thing is selected, you see it say visible right here. We're gonna make that guy invisible. Now we can make it teeny small, right? Real teeny tiny right there. And then right about there, that's good enough. There. Now we're gonna cover this booger. Oops. Let's go cover it up right there. Expand that guy to, I don't know, that's good right there, it looks like. And move that guy to there. We also need to change the name right here. You see this? Email address. Copy that. Paste. Oh, okay. All right. Let's change this guy then. We got this name. We got it all awkward here. Make sure this name are correct, all right? So make sure your text box name are correct. Should be the same name as the field name, okay? So now let's jump back to here. There. Now we got everything right. What we also want to do here, see how this guy is touching the top there? We want to move it down. Also to the right a little bit, right there. What else do we want to do here? Because this guy is going to be having a little border. You know what? Let's make a border similar to evenly. If you make this border evenly, like a little space right here, left, right, and top and bottom, it's going to look nice. All right. So I'm going to move this guy. That looks about right. You see there? That looks about right, even. And then now this guy can go right there. That looks good right there. We almost done with this form, by the way. I'm gonna close that gap. And you come over here, right here, default view. Change a single form to continuous. Right there. Alright. We also don't want the, you see record selector? No record selector. No navigation. That should be good right there. Let's see what else do we want. Oh, one thing we want, select all text boxes, scroll all the way down. We want to lock this guy. All right, looking for lock right here. See locked? Make that a yes. Okay. We don't want anything. We don't want to be able to edit this guy. All right. So let's see what else we want. Okay. And go ahead and Control S. Let's save the form. Call this a SFRM. That's a subform of employee. All right. You notice the subform and the main form have the same name. The only difference is an S in front. That means this guy belongs to that guy. That's how you identify it. All right. So if you keep your naming correctly, you should be good. All right. So make sure you name items correctly. Let's see what else do we have. Oh, we also want, you see how we got a space right there at top, the right side, the left side. We need to have a little space right here on the bottom, just like so. Now we got spaces all around. Okay, spaces all around, and that's good. That's good. Let's name this header or number of record. That's good. All right, what else do we need to do? Let's do a click event on this employee name. Go to event, click, and let's get back to the front end. Click on this email, do the same, click event. Good. Now we can add excuse me, we can add the private sub, call it display employee, and then here we can say if not is no, me employee ID. Then jump in here. Once you jump in there, we want to assign the text box employee ID from this main form right here. See this main form? So we're going to say this main form, forms, exclamation, FRM employee. See there? .txt employee. So if you name things correctly, then it's easy to identify. This one is employee ID. All right. Once you assign that ID, you can call it. All right. Form, exclamation, form employee dot display employee. That's it. So you basically say, hey, assign this ID, this subform ID to the main form ID, and then display it for me. All right. This is right here. Let me show you the ID. Actually, let's go to the display. Let's scroll down. You'll see the display employee right here. You see here? See this ID, this is what we're referring to. So we assign it to this form, and then we call this guy. You see that? All right. And this guy can be called because of a public. Okay. Make sure that guy is public. All right. So let's jump back to this guy. That's what that does. Now we can say copy this guy. Copy that name, call display. So every time we click this guy, we want to call that display. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Nice and simple. All right. Now in here, we want to create a public. All right. Call it refresh form. All right. If you name your subform, subroutine, or function consistently from application to application, then it's easy to work with. All right. So what do we want here? We know our query for this guy is this guy. By the way, I'm gonna make a copy of that guy. Copy. I'm gonna copy that record, the source name. Come in here. We want to be able to display the number of record. All right. So I'm gonna say number of record as int. All right. Before I lose that, I'm gonna do this first. We're gonna come back and record source. We're gonna come back to this later, but right now I'm just going to because I have this there. I'm gonna come back to this later because you will see why I want to come back to this later. All right. So let's. I'm gonna put that on halt. I want to jump back to this form right here, and you'll see why. I want to jump back to this main form. All right. So that form will be on this guy. Okay. But before we continue, I am going to. I'm gonna need one of these guys. Copy, paste, move that guy over. This is going to be a search text. All right, so I'm going to write search. Oops. Can you see that? Search like that. That should be right about there. Make sure you design this guy with the same gap, same space there. I think that looks good right there. How about make a little bigger? All right. So we're gonna make that. How about 12 and bold, a little darker. Does it look good? That looks pretty good. You know what? Let's make that a little taller. One, boop, right there. That looks good right there. Right now, we're gonna expand this guy to here for now. We can adjust it later. But what this will do, we'll go ahead and name this guy, this text right here, called text search text. All right, gonna show you how to create this keystroke search. We're gonna need a test. Yeah, let's create a test box here. This will be a test box. Yeah. Let's name this guy txt test box. All right, so on this one, go back to this search text box here. Go to click event, and it says on change. Looking forward to on change, right? See there, right there, on change. We want to read the keystroke, all right? So double click on that and go into the event, all right? And here, before we can capture the keystroke, we need something else. Let's create a new module. Create new module. Just follow along. Whatever I do, just follow along. You'll be fine. So as I code, I'm thinking ahead what needs to happen. All right, and that's why certain things I do, they're not really in the this is off script, okay? Not pre-planned. So whatever you see is what I do. You know, there's no plan, there's no outline. You know, there's no like project manager say, hey Jack, this is what you need to do. You know, it's nothing like that. Whatever I do is right off top of my head. So I tackle things as they come in, and I start recognizing what needs to happen at each step. All right. So at each step, it's like a program. If something happens, something else has to happen, and this is what's happening. All right, to the head, the mind. The program's the same way. So if you click on this, what happens? If you click on that, what happens? If this code is called, what is next? Things like that. So this is basically, my head is like a program working behind the scene. So now we're going to say, quit talking, Jack. Let's get going. Let's create how about reporting? I think that name seems appropriate. Reporting module, Control S. Let's see. No, hold on. Just a second. Let's go back to this guy. It wants me to save this guy. I'll go ahead and save this guy. I'll go ahead and save this guy. Now, where was I? Yeah, right here. Reporting. Now I can do Control S. There you go. So Control S. What we want here is there are a couple things that we want. We're going to create a property for search text. Yeah. Let's get a local variable. Call it search text as string, and then let's create a property for that guy. Public search text. Actually property, my bad. Property let, and then string. So what you see I do here is I do this on a daily basis, so I kind of don't know this by heart, and many years. All right, so many years. If you have any question regarding anything at all, how to program with logic or the logic, how to do this, how to do that, yeah, comment below. I'll help you out. All right. So we got a property for that guy. We also want to be able to access this guy from anywhere. And now to access this guy from the well, obviously you cannot access this property in the query. All right, in the query in here. You can access any function in here, provided your function is public. All right, provided your function is public. but we're not going to do that. We're just going to yeah, yep, that's it. So we're gonna, how about let's create a keystroke for the search text. All right, so here we can say, yeah, let's do this. Let's call sub. Now by default, when you create a subroutine, by default this guy is public. All right, so we'll say set, how about text, how about search text, well, we don't want it to be limited to the search on. All right, we want to set how about text box? Yeah, text box keystroke. That's good. Keystroke, I think that's good. And then we want the control. All right, by value. C, that's control. Text box as control. Just like that. All right, just like that. So what we want to do here, we want to identify if the text of this guy is either null or not null. All right, so let me show you. If ct text box, let's do this. If it's null, that means we are referring to text box text, then else, and if. So if it's null, all right, why would it be null on the text box? Suppose you have Jack, for example. Let me flip back here in this guy. All right, I'll go ahead and this guy right here. If you type in Jack, all right, that's not null. But if you do this, that key is null. That tab, that character is null. You see that? But it still has JAC. All right, it still has JAC. That's why it would be null. Okay, so that's why it's null. So if it's null, we still want a search text equals NZ, and jump back in there, C text box text, like that. All right, so if it's null, we just put the blank line there, or you can just make a null, just like that. Okay, but if it's not null, meaning if, let me jump back here, meaning if we do this, we add a K in there, that's not null, and then it's going to jump in here. All right, text equals C text box text. All right, that's what it does. You see there? And this is the difference, because you can't, because we want to go ahead and read the whole thing, the whole text. We want to read the whole thing. Text means you read the whole thing. Now, why can't you just do text, search text equals so and so? Well, what if this guy is null? You can't set no value to this guy, but you can do this. You see what I'm saying? So what if that guy is all the way like this? Now that's really a null, meaning there's nothing on there. All right. As a matter of fact, instead of doing that, so in doing this, that's what happens here. We're gonna add that empty there, just so this guy is always empty. All right, just so this guy is always empty, the search text. because yeah, you don't want to assign null value to anything because you can't. All right, you can't. All right, and that's that. So that's simple enough. That's simple enough. So let's Control S. Let's jump back to this employee right here. Jump back to this search text. Well, let me show you where we are at. I'm gonna show you where we're at. I don't want you to get lost. See this guy right here? Remember this? Let's go back to this on change here. I don't want you to get lost. I could have just come back in here. See there? I want to make sure you know where I am. So on the search text change, this is what you want to do. All right, you want to call reporting. You see that? Set text box keystroke and add the search text. That's it. Add the whole thing. All right, add the whole thing in there. And now we wanted to see if test box. We want to see if we get anything in there. All right. Now you can say that text box we created like so. All right. Let's see if it works. It should. Yeah, this guy should display whatever we type in there. We just want to make sure that all stuff works. See there? Look at that. See there? It reads exactly. So it's reading your keystroke, and even if you go all the way back, it's not gonna bark at you. All right. So there. So that would mean it's null. So what happened when it's null? Is you set it to nothing. All right. Nothing and null is different. Okay. Empty and null is different. All right. So that's good. That's good. Now let's get rid of that little guy. So now we know that works. Get rid of that. Let's get back into the form and get rid of this bottom one. All right. Now this is where I had stopped. So if you jump back in here, employee subform, you see why I stopped? Because I want to make sure that I can identify this guy. All right. So let's get back in here. When we keystroke in here, we want to leave it right there for now because we're not done yet. Let's get back to this form. Now we can say, sorry about that, when I jump back and forth. Programs do that all the time. If now we can identify if reporting, you see there, search text is nothing. You see there? Then else, and then come back in here, and if, see there? That's how that works. That's how that works. All right. So if it's nothing, what do you want to do? You know what else I'm going to add in here? I'm going to add a SQL. No, let's add a where clause. Move that little where clause, add string. And here, if that guy is not empty, we want where clause equals. We want it to equals where clause equals select. No, actually, add a space where search text like. See there? So you want to type the whole thing in here, like so, like so. All right. So that's how you want to write your stuff. In a string, you want to type like that, and then you can populate whatever the keystroke in there. You see there? make sure you type a whole thing in there. So that way you don't lose of this asterisk and single quote and parentheses, okay? So just like that, and I'm gonna add another space. In SQL select statement or in SQL statement, be sure to add spaces, alright? You can add as many spaces you want, but make sure you don't have these guys touching, alright? Because that could be run on into the other statement, other keywords. Just just before and after, add this space to prevent error, okay? So now go inside right in between those asterisks. We're gonna do double quote. Now we can say add reporting, like so, and there. That's that. Now that we got a keyword. All right. Now I'm gonna copy this guy. You see right here where I put it there. Yeah, things like that. You gotta kind of think ahead what you need to do. All right. You see the reason why I add a space right here. See this right there. If you make an error here, and that whole thing is gonna run into each other, and SQL and database doesn't understand that. All right. So add a space. Okay. Just so that you distinguish and they don't touch each other. And now I can say S where clause. That's it. That's how that works. That's how that works. And now we want to limit this guy to about 20, like so. How about top 20 records? All right. Well, we only have 3. How are you going to identify 3? So we want to be able to read this, set this number of records as well. That's another question. How are you going to get that number of records, right? Well, look at this. We just add this reporting function here. All right. So this reporting module serves as good. You can add other things in here. You can add other things in here. You can add SQL statement. You can add whatever you need. All right. But don't abuse it. All right. Use it if you really need it. All right. If it's going to be used over and over again, then you can add it in here. All right. Don't abuse it. It's not good to be abusing items. So, but right here, let's add. How about function? It's going to call function get number of record. And then what we want to pass in here. How about value? Oops. This is going to be a table name or query. Yeah. Table name or query is the same thing. All right. So when I say table name, it can be a query. All right. And we also want to have an optional. Actually, let's do val first. Val optional. S where clause as string and default it to empty, just like that. All right. So what we really want here, we want to get that guy. All right. We want to get that guy, the number of records. So here we want to say, think about this one. Let's add a keyword string as string, not keyword string, SQL string. We're going to say if s where clause equals. So if it equals the defaults, meaning if it's empty, do this. All right, let me show you. So if it's empty, if it's empty, we want this, oops, if it's empty, we want SQL to look like this. Select, let me move that little guy, select count everybody as number of record from, you see there, and then here we're gonna add table name. All right, just like that. All right, you can add a semicolon if you want to. You don't have to. All right, if you don't, Access will add it for you. Now I'm gonna copy this guy. You see there? Oops. Go there, paste. Else, else I'm gonna add a space in there just in case. Just in case you made a boo-boo, you didn't add space in the front end. All right. Else, we're gonna add the where clause here. Where clause. So I add a space here. All right. Just in case, if you come back in here, let's see. Look at the form here. Just in case you didn't do this right here. You see that space? See that space right there? Just in case you didn't do it right there. Because this is all, you know, as programmer, you want to, that you can have 2-3 spaces between. That doesn't matter. That's not going to hurt. All right. But if you don't have any spaces right here, that name, that table name, and that guy, it's going to be all one word, and that's going to be problematic in the future. So this is, you know, as programmer, you got to think ahead. All right. You got to think all about the logic. So that's good right there. That is just good right there. You notice I got the number of records right here, and this one says get number of record. Let me show you why. I'm going to copy that guy right there. Now, what else do I need? Oh, you know what? Let's add RS as record set. All right. Now we can say set RS equals current. I'm going to move that away. DB open record set SQL. See there? If RS equals if RS record count is greater than 0, meaning it's 1. All right. Now record count doesn't mean the number of records. You have to keep that in mind. The RS record count doesn't mean number of records. Be careful with that, okay? Don't get don't get confused. This record count could be 1 or 0. That's it. It cannot be more than 1. All right. It cannot it cannot be more than 1. It's a flag to say, hey, there's something in there. All right. So don't get confused. That's why we're doing this count. Okay, so if it were the number of records, we don't need to do this. All right, so record count really means it's a flag. It's just either 0 or 1. So if it's not a 0, then we want to do this. Check this out. I put that in my, see there? Now equal RS there. All right. Actually, you know what? There's no else. You don't need that. I'm going to show you how to do one liner. Yeah, let me show you how to do one liner. Let's tap back. Dang. That's it. That's all. That's all you do. Nice and eloquent. One liner, no else. So if there is something in there, I want it. Give it to me. Give it to me. You see that? Give it to me. Give it to me. So that's how that works. All right. So now we can go ahead and close out the connection. And also dump the memory. Set RS equal. All right. Now in the past I only say dump the memory, okay? But this is, this is just added protection. Added protection. You close when you close the connection, sometimes your memory is still there. All right. You're only closing the file connection. All right. While we're talking about connection, let's do this. On air go to, we're going to add the error handler. As a matter of fact, let me show you. In this, right here, we got this error handler right here. You see there? I'm just going to copy the bottom portion right about there. Copy, close that file. I'm going to jump back in here. So this is what you, paste it in there. And I'm going to copy this guy and replace this guy right here. You always handle your error, okay? Always now we're going to say on error go to error underscore handler. There. Alright. So that looks good. I think that looks good. What do you think? I think it looks good. Let's see. We set the variable. We identify if there's a where clause or not. Ding, 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 ding. There. Alright. So this is good. That is good. Now, let's close that file. It looks good to me. I don't know. What about you? Is it? Now, let's go back to this form right here that we were working on. This is where, that's where that comes from, comes into play. So here, if it's right there, we want to say I number of record equals reporting. You see there, get number of record, and this will be a table name, and that will be a where clause. You see where I'm getting at now? Where clause. See there? That's how that works. So now I'm going to copy that table name, put it right there. Getting a little lazy now. Copy the whole shebang, come behind here and paste it there, and take this where clause out. We are done. Just like that. You see that? Just like that. Alright. Now we're going to say if I'm going to copy this guy. It makes it easier for if this guy is 0, then the number of record caption is empty. Alright. Now why would you want to do that? Well, in case you're displaying 500 million records, well, just being facetious, maybe 5-10 records. Alright. But if you query something that has nothing, you want to go ahead and change this guy as well. Okay, change this number. Alright. So now I'm going to copy this whole thing. Copy, paste. There are two other ones. What about if it's 1? Alright. If it's 1, we want to say 1 record found. How about 1 employee? Yeah, 1 employee found. And then if it's more than 1, you see there. The reason why, because 1 does not have an E in there, and you'll see why. And now I can say oops, what was I? This little icon of mine. Now I can say, let's move that away. I number of record. Now I can say employees, you see, with an S, found. Just like that. And that's why that is there. Alright? That's why that is there. So that's good. Now, let's click out of form right here. We're going to select form. You see this form right here? When you select that, it's going to create an onload. Alright, so let's click on that guy. Bam. You see that? Now all we have to do is just do this. Copy. Oops. Oh, come on. come on, call display refresh form. That's it. So onload is going to come in here. All right. Also onload, we want to reset the onload. We want to reset the search text. All right. So when you open this form, employee, initially we want this to happen. All right. We want to reset it to there, just in case you were coming from a company, just in case you were coming from different forms. All right. If you were coming from different forms and doing a search, that search text still exists. All right. So anytime you change from form to form, you want to clear this search text. Otherwise, it's gonna, you're gonna say, hey, wait a minute, how come this, how come that? Okay. So that's that. Just like that. Actually, you know what? I just noticed right here. See top 20 here. Let's go back in that reporting, because as I was looking, as I was talking about this clearing search text, I noticed there's something in here. See, it says top 20. Let me show you what happened here. So if it's not empty, if it's empty, we want to do this. If it's not empty, we want to tag this guy in there. All right. But look, we want to say top 20 here as well. You know why? You know why? Otherwise, if we have more than 20, then we're in trouble. We're in boo-boo. Because our records, our forms say, hey, I only have 20, but then this guy is getting everybody. You see there? Without this limitation, it will get 25, 30, 500, whatever. All right. So make sure you top out at 20. That's what that does. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, if you see me jumping back and forth, just follow along and try to listen, and then you get an idea of what I am thinking. Of course, you want to know what I'm thinking, right? And what I'm thinking is out loud, comes out from my mouth. I'm just kidding. Hey, let's grab a morning coffee. Coffee, black coffee, good for you. All right, we're almost done. Now, in order to, we're almost finished. Let's do, let's close out this guy. We will go ahead and close out that guy. And we're done with this guy, so we're going to close out that guy. I think we're done with the subform. Now we can just populate the subform right on there. See this header, this label right here? Get rid of that label. We don't need it. And then select it, grab the handle, and move that booger right. I think that looks good. How about down just a tad right there? I think that looks good right there. Wow, that's perfect. Holy moly, macaroni with cheese. All right, let's move this guy, stretch this guy down just a tad, not a whole lot, right about there is fine. All right, and while that guy is selected, go to this arrange right here. See arrange, select it, anchor, stretch it down. All right, what we want here is we want to make this subform expand all the way down. All right, it's one thing that we need to do. Well, we'll find out. We'll fix it when we need to. We want to make it right about there. I think that looks good right there. So it's going to have a border, if you notice. See there, border, solid. So that's fine right now. Let's Control S. Let's jump back to the subform. Close that out. Jump back to subform. That's one thing that I need to check. On this guy, I'm looking for scroll. You see that scroll? Says both. We don't want both. We only want vertical. All right. We only want vertical. Because we're going to be scrolling up and down, not left to right. All right. So that's the reason why. All right. We're almost done, Bubba. I mean, guys. All right. Where was I? Search tag. We're still on the search. let's go back to this right here. You notice we were calling this guy as a test. Remember that? Do you remember that? We add a test text box and call it from there, right? Yeah, you remember how we did that? So this is where we this is what's happening right here. You see there? So we are going to call that refresh form on the subform. So this is how you do it. Refresh form. That's how we're gonna do it. All right. So that's the reason why we did add a text box so that we can make a call here. So if we know the text box that we used displays the search text, we can display this guy as well. All right. Alrighty. Let's test it out. What do you think? Let's test it out. Let's open this guy up. Ooh. Label not for. Oh, the handle error handler. Got that guy. Yeah, let's do that. That's all right. We're good. All right. Look at that. It displays. You notice it says 3 employees found. That's good. That's good. You know what? On load, we want to jump to here. What do you think? I like that. On load, we want to jump to here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's close that booger out. Actually, let's go to a design view. Come over here, see it on load right here. So on load, what do you want to do? All right. Not only that, we want to go to the control and set everything else. We also want to go to text search text set focus. Look at that. All right, let's close that out. We're almost done, by the way. See how it jumps to this search now? Now we can just start. What if? It's working. Good. You see how the number changes? See there? Number of employee changes. O-N. See there? How about K? How about H? Well, what's that H? Oh, it could be. Oh, you know what? That's the now that H, you don't see it on here. I bet you it's the title name. Let's look at the title name. See that H? That's what it sees right there. You see there? H. That's why yeah, I was wondering what happened. I don't have an H there. Yeah, Jane does not have H, but that H is this guy right here, title name. So this search text, all right, that's how you do a search text. So whatever you put in there, what else? D-O-C-N-O-E-E-O-E, you see there? Jane. Good. So search text works, all right? So that's how that works. And you see, if we don't have anything, that thing's cleared out. You see that? That thing's cleared out. You know what? Let's make that red. Let's make that red. Yeah. I'm like a kid. Once I get started, you can't stop me. I'm like a kid. Yeah, sometimes you can be serious, but not all the time. You gotta enjoy. Yeah, you gotta enjoy. You cannot be serious all the time. There are moments to be a kid, and you live longer, I guess, provided that you have black coffee in you. Okay, what was I? So that works. That's good. That's good. What was I? Oh yeah. I was going to. Sorry, I had to do a couple things. I had to turn on the other computer. I was going to come in here. See this guy right here? let's go back here. All right. Yeah. Let's color this full color. How about dark red? Dark red. I think that's good enough. All right. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. Look at that. 3 employees found. So that way it stands out. All right. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy right here. These boxes, these hidden boxes. And also, you see this guy? We can move this guy right about there. And see how this guy is expanded to the bottom? That looks good. So let's do some massaging here. Select these 4 text boxes. Come to here. So come to here and make that a no, not visible. Also click on this empty here. I want to see the scroll bar right here. You see there? Let's make that no, neither. All right. I think that's good. All right. What else can we do here? How about, okay, let's close that out. We want to make that. We want to make this guy just a tad better here. We are going to expand this guy to right there. I think that's good. And then there. I think that's good. All right. Let's see how that looks. Oh, just a tad too much. You see there? Let's go back. Let's go back. Just a tad too much. Let's close that booger. Just a tad too much. Like a smidgen. Right there. And then I think that looks good right there. All right, close it out. Let's take a look. Oh, nice, perfect. Look at that. And you see how we had black bar right here on the bottom? That was a scroll bar. So we got rid of that scroll bar. All right. We also got rid of this scroll bar. That looks good. All right. I like my search. Do you like my search? That's good. Well, does this guy work? Let's select. Oh, look at that. Nice. You see that? Look at that. See there? That's what that's what needs to happen. See there? That's good. I wonder if we could move this guy like way up here. Way up here. So it doesn't look awkward. Let's do a little more massaging. We got this guy in there. That's why. Well, let's test it out. Adding. Maybe we could move this guy to here. Well, I'll leave that up to you. I'm gonna leave. Oh, cancel. Huh? What happened to all cancel? It didn't work. Ooh, what happened? Ooh, what did you do? Oh, duh. It never called the set. Yeah. See this guy right here? So we came in here. We never got to call the set control. I think when we changed that, we did not put that guy back out. You see this set control? That should be outside from the if statement. All right, my bad. I think we add this guy right here, this delete message, confirmation message, and we never got to test the cancel. So let's move that guy outside there. My bad. All right, that was weird. Yeah, I think we tested the delete, and then that's the last time. So when we delete it, remember that guy was empty? I bet you it's gonna work now. and we forgot to do. Let's select. We will there. We were doing an add. Let's cancel. That's better. Oh yeah. All right. So how about edit? How about save? Good. So now the question is, we want it to default to 20 employees. All right. If there's no search text, we want to default to 20. We don't want the 500 records listed here. However, we only have 3 here, records here. Remember this right here? I open it up. Initially, I was going to start doing this, but then I said, well, you know what? Let me show you. I wanted to do this and make sure that we can see the 1 record, 2 records, and the way this less than 20 works first. All right, because if this guy doesn't work right, we cannot add others to see the default 20. But if we add the 20 records in there, we never see the 3 add records. You see, that's the reason why. But anyways, so that's why I left that there. I started it, but I didn't do it. Now we can add more employees in here. How we're going to do that? Let's take a look. I think there's a personality, person. Let's take a look at person. What is person? Let's take a look at what is person. So, all right, select from person. Actually, you know what? Then we got defaulted to this guy. Person. There you go. Person. Let's see what that guy is. We got first name, last name. There you go. Do we have email? We don't have email. We can edit that later. We got title. Good. But that's not the title that we want. That's all right. We can change to all title. Okay, we got a grid. So we got a couple things in here. Let's see what else can we find. Title. Business title. How about business title? Person business title. Yeah, let's check the business title out. Person business title. How about, yeah, this guy, entity contact. Let's see what that is. Nothing useful. Nothing. How about hold on, business title. Phone number type. Oh, what is this? Contact additional. Let's take a look at that guy. This might be what we want. First name, last name. We got address. Oh, okay. We got province. We got email here. Good. That's what we want. You know what? That's good right there. Yeah, that's good. We're gonna grab this guy. All right. Let's massage this guy a little bit here. First off, we want to come back in here. Look at we need ID, first name, last name. We're not gonna worry about the title. Yeah, and then email address. But let's do that. Let's do select. First off, actually, we're gonna jump back in here. We want row with, that's the ID, first name, last name, we Yeah, we want this one's going to be new ID. That new ID refers to employee title, right? So it doesn't exist here, but we're going to change it when we get there. All right, so but we want to get something in there. Okay, so just bear with me. When we get new ID right here, we're going to get something in there. All right, and that new ID just means a grid. Now email address, there you go, email address. I think that's good right there. Good. We don't have a whole lot. We want at least 50 of them so we can see 20. Let's go back in here. I want to see something else in here. What else? So this guy's got a whole bunch in here. You see there? But that's all right. That's what we want. We want this guy. Oh, it's got email promotion. So how did you get email in there? Let's take a look at email. See, it's got email promotion here. So let's try this. I'm going to try this. You and I are trying together here. Let's do first name, last name. We're gonna get new grid. We want the email promotion, and then where email promotion not 0. Look at that, we got a whole bunch of them. All right, now how we're going to get the emails, right? How are we going to get an email? Okay, how are we going to get an email? Let's go find out where email is at. Person email. Person. Let's see. Address. Entity address. Oh, email address. What's going on there? Let's take a look at email address. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this guy. So bear with me here. I'm going to try to make sure that we get more stuff, more employees. We got some email. Okay. Now, can we link up here? We want to be able to link this guy up here. From person. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. Actually, I'm gonna copy that. Let's open up a new query. There. So now I can flip back and forth and take a look. So this guy's got email at role, email address ID, business entity ID. Let's take a look. Business entity ID. We can use that. Okay. So, business entity. What is a business entity? Let's take a look at business entity. As a matter of fact, I'm going to copy that and delete that. Let's open up a new one. We want to be able to validate this guy. Well, so we got business entity there. We can definitely link up to that guy. Oops, this guy. Let's try that. Let's go back to our original one here. I'm gonna drop this guy down. And I'm gonna make this guy in A alias inner join with person business entity, you see there. B on B business entity, you see there. See if these guys link up, you see there. Because if they link up, we're gonna be good. And then here we want to get what is this? Okay, all right, let's go back to original one here. We want this guy, we want A. All right, well, let's take a look. Look at that, look at that. So they do link up, now we can also continue. Now we're gonna say inner join. You see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at? Person email address C on business entity, you see there. And we also tie it to person. Business entity. You see what I'm getting at now? Now, instead of getting the promotion, we want C email address. You see what I'm getting at? So that's what you want to do as a programmer, as a database programmer. I love it. That's my baby. So now we got 8,000 records. So this is what we want. So, as a programmer, a DB developer, database developer, you're going to be able to do this. Like, okay, what can I link up to? You see there? All right, now we got 8,000 of them. So I'm going to copy that booger. You see here? I'm going to come in here. Yeah, this employee ID in here, I just put something in there. All right, and we don't have this guy. This is just an anonymous ID. Okay, just so that we get something in there. So let's paste. Look at that, 8,814. That's 8,000. You see on the right here. Okay, 8,814. Now we got a whole bunch of them. Let's close that out. See 8,000 right here on the bottom here. See that? Do you see what I see? Okay, that's good. All right, now let's flip back. I bet you if I just keep moving this guy, that guy's going to start showing up. Oh, my bad. There's something in here. You see why it doesn't show up? The rest of them don't show up. Let me show you why the rest of them don't show up. See? Let me show you why. Let's go in the design view. See right here? That's an inner join, all right? What we want is, we want everybody on this side, left side. So let's do left join. All right, let's go into edit. Let's do left join. So left join, employee, all employees. You see that? That's called left join. Now that's called left join. Okay. Now we get everybody. See how when I said the title name doesn't match? That's the reason why. All right. So when you do a left join, meaning you get everybody on the left, regardless if the right side matches or not. Okay. So that's what that means. Right join is the opposite. Now I bet you if I do this, see there? Now, good. Look at that. What you see this guy right here? Her. That doesn't. We only have these guys. Why 8,000? 62. Is it delay? Huh. Well, that's good. That's one. But now that doesn't make sense. If it's empty, you know what? I wanna validate this guy. You see this? That's kind of weird. We want to come in here. I want to go in there. Right here. I want to take a look at right here. So we're gonna. There's nothing there. So if it's nothing, we get top 20. Why did it not bring back 20? We can do this. We can take that out. Let me show you how to fix this issues. So it doesn't, you cannot do a count in the top 20, I guess. So we can fix that. Let me show you how to fix this guy. Yeah, see there's a problem here. See there? That should be 20, right? That should be 20. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That should be 20 because our query says to get 20. You see here? You see it here? So, what needs to happen in here? What needs to happen in here? Right here. Let me fix, we're gonna fix this. Not there. This guy, top 20 right here. What needs to happen here? We want to say if it's more than 20. You see that? Then 20. That's what we want to do. All right. Because obviously, we wanted to limit to 20 only. All right. Like I said, when we first started it, I was hoping that we could get the last 20 in here. Or we could just do this. You know what? Let's do this. Okay, got it. I got a better idea. Here, let's drop this. I got a better idea. Let's drop this. There. What we want here. What we want here, let me show you. Actually, let's revert back. As I'm thinking, I move my head around a lot. So what we want to do here, we want to do an if. If is greater than 20, you see that? Then 20 else or else number of record. I think that's fancier. That's more eloquent. You know what? Let me copy this guy. I think I missed right there. Right there. Alright. So that's more eloquent. So we want to identify if this number of records is more than 20. If it's more than 20, we want it to default to 20. Otherwise, it's whatever it is. And then out in here, we don't have to validate. Let's take that out. Let's go back. Now out in there, that's all we need. Alright? And that's all we need. You know what? I'm going to separate that guy, make it look the same as this guy. You see there? Good. I think that's going to work. Alright? I think that's going to work. Let's take a look. There you go. See there? So if it's, oh, wait a minute. That's problem right there. You see that? We got more, but it's limited. Okay, let's go fix it. These are the things that you want to fix. All right. So hold on here. Yeah, that's problematic. Yeah, let's do more fixes. Let's do more fixes. This is not big a deal. I mean, this is all inner logic. So we can say if I'm going to copy this guy right here. Copy. If not null, no, if, then, else, and if. So that's, yeah, these are the logic that you have to go through. Make sure you get what you want. All right, I'm going to copy this guy. So if that empty, that's what we want. We want it to default to 0. Otherwise we want everybody based on our search. All right, so there you go. I think that's going to be right. Let's take a look. See that? Now we work. Now we good. You see that? So that will always default to 20 if it's empty, you see. But if we start adding something in there, we want it to be based on what we searching. You see what I'm getting at now? So that's how that works, mister. Isn't that cool? Good. Good. Look at that. All right, well, that's what we came to do. And you see, we got Kevin, and the title, we got, obviously, we got to change this guy. All right. So in this video, I hope you learned some stuff. All right. Let's change some of this guy. Let's update some of this guy. Make sure Michael Sullivan here gets something. How about he is in IT? Yeah, let's make him an IT. Let's save. Good. Michael Sullivan right there. Do you remember that? So we're going to flip there back to Michael. Good. Give him an IT. Good. So that's what we came to do. So I hope you learned something in here. I learned a lot. Hopefully you learned a lot. Learn how I trade, what I think, each step. So I tackle these things as they come in. You see there? As I tackle this thing I tackle this thing as I come in. But anyways, that's how you do this search. So we did search, we did subform, we put this guy in, we put logic in to display this number of employees here. We tested all these buttons, so all is well. All right. All is well. We need to make this guy a quad for a title, and I'm gonna look into the timesheet, see how we're gonna do that. All right. So stay tuned. Happy programming. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit that bell. And also comment below, and if you need help, inbox me. Thanks again.